Hey guys, I'm back, Stan Medina. I'm going to give you 5 things that are going to help you if you're looking to open a business or if you're a technician looking to transition to being a business owner. And so these 5 tips are going to be very helpful. It's something that I went through with my career, and I believe that with these 5 things, it's going to give you a different perspective and it might give you some direction on what you should do for your business. So number one is going to be, I want you to really decide on what is the reason why you feel like you should open a business. I want you to take some time and really define on, like, ask yourself, say, hey, what is the real reason why I want to open a business, right? And give it some thought. Give it a couple of days. It's something that's not going to come to you like real quick. You might want to get a notepad and just start jotting some stuff down so you can start to get a record of all the things that are in your head so you can kind of start to get some clarity, right? So, okay, that's number one. Number two is most people get the impression that if they start a business that they're not going to have to work the same 9-to-5 job, right? So they're like, well, if I only have my own business, I won't have to work 9-to-5. Well, I'm going to tell you some truth about being a business owner, especially if you're just starting off as a business owner and you have little business skills. You're going to probably work maybe 16 hours a day. You're going to work Saturday and Sunday, and you're going to be nights. And it's going to require maybe double the work, maybe 3 times the work to get your business off the ground, to get your goal, to get your vision, to start getting some momentum. It's going to take some work. So if you're thinking that, well, if I just, open my own business, then I won't have to work the 9-to-5 and I won't have, to be committed. It actually requires more commitment, and it's actually a little bit harder because you're going to have to be accountable for yourself. So, for example, if you got to be at work at 9, okay, because if you're not at work at 9, you're probably going to get fired or some reason, right? So that's holding you accountable to show up at 9. But whenever you decide to become your own boss, those restrictions, those little what's the word I'm looking for? Those things that keep you accountable are not there. So you're gonna have to start to keep yourself accountable, and that's when it becomes challenging. Because if you lack some self-discipline, if you have a little bit of that procrastination in you, that's really gonna slow you down and getting your business the momentum it needs. All right. So number 3 is gonna be. This goes back to define really what you want to achieve. Like, what do you want to achieve for the long-term goal, right? Because most people go into business without having a long-term goal, or they go into business thinking, okay, you know what? If I'm my own boss, I'm going to have more free time. I'm going to have more money. I'm going to have whatever, right? But in most cases, if you stop and you ask yourself, okay, do I want to open a business because I want to have more time, more free time, right? Or I want to be able to travel. So if I have my own business, I could probably travel more because I'll be my own boss and I'll be more in control of my time. I could probably travel more. So let me open my own business, right? But then you decide, what happens is when you open the business, reality kicks in and you're like, man, I'm having to work more than what I thought I did. I'm having to work Saturdays and Sundays. I'm having to work 16-hour days. I'm really kind of feeling the stress of this business thing, right? Because if your goal is to travel more or to spend more time with your grandkids or whatever the case, maybe you can do that with your current job. Because think about it. If you say, okay, how can I earn more money at my current job to help me produce more income? How can I become more of an asset to the company and then let them know what my long-term vision is? And maybe they can let me have the weekends off and I'll be able to have the money because I'm actually, creating more value for the business. I'm able to take on more responsibilities for my current business, or my current employer, the job I'm at right now, to generate more income. So let me know if you're following me here. So because this might confuse you, and it might kind of like throw you off. Like, what do you mean? I thought we were talking about business, right? Okay, look. If your goal is to retire early or to be able to travel, and you think that by having your own business is going to give you that a lot faster, right? It could, and a lot of people have achieved that faster, but you got to be really, really disciplined, and you got to acquire a lot of business skills to be in that position, to start to get that momentum for that fast, accelerated growth, okay? But if you're the type that says, you know what, I don't really want to, go in, I want to open a business, but I don't want to have to like go study business. I just want to be a business owner. It's going to be very difficult. You might be able to accomplish your goal with your current job right now. So really, really take some time and figure out what the long-term goal is. There's other ways to do that. Like I talk with a lot of technicians, and they want to open a shop, right? And I ask them, why do you want to open a shop? Well, because I could probably make more money. And what's happening is there's an illusion there. They're not taking into account of all the overhead that it takes to run a shop. They're probably getting an estimate in, and they're saying, man, the shop made $5,000 on this, and I'm only getting paid $300. They're not taking into account the insurance, the material, the rent, the light, the internet, the estimating system. They're not taking into account all these expenses. Once you have all those expenses, it really eats up your profit. So look, be clear and really think about what you want to achieve. This is going to be very, very important, okay? Number four is something that creeps up on all of us. Boredom. Maybe you're at a job right now, and maybe you're the top technician. Maybe you're at the top of your game as the company salesperson, or maybe you're just a high performer, and you're kind of bored. You're like, man, I need some new challenge. I need a new challenge. I feel like I'm not doing anything here. What that is you're starting to feel the effects. It's a human nature law. It's the law of self-destruction. And the way that works is, I'll give you an example here. Let's say, for example, you meet someone, right? Say that you meet your wife, and maybe you're living at your parents, and she's living at her parents, or she's came out of a bad divorce or relationship, and you're trying to get situated yourself, and y'all meet, right? Okay, something new just happened to your life. So now you're like on this journey, okay? You're on a journey to say, okay, well, how can we find a place? How can we support each other in our careers? How can we make each other stronger? How can we work out together? How can we make sure that, so you're working on all these little things, little goals, right? So then after maybe 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years, 10 years maybe, maybe you're the top guy at your business. Maybe y'all have y'all's house set up. Maybe you have the kids running around, and maybe you're just relaxing on the couch, and you're like, man, you know what? I feel like I'm bored now. I'm bored. You need to stop, and you need to reevaluate what you want to. What do you want to do next? What can you accomplish next? Go after something bigger now. Get with your partner and say, okay, you know what? We have the next 30, 40 years. What can we do that's great? Let's climb another mountain together. Let's do that. Because the boredom and the self-destruction will eventually start to grow on you, okay? And once it starts to grow on you, you start to be enticed by instant gratification. You start to maybe wander off because you want some excitement. It's very deadly. So be aware that if you're feeling boredom with your current position and you're making good money, stop and say, you know what? Self-destruction is starting to play in my mind. I'm feeling this boredom. I need to regroup. I need to get with my partner and says, okay, what are we gonna do next? I need a new challenge, okay? Think about that. Number 5 is gonna be, if you're looking to open a business, if you're looking to open a shop, and the reason why I say shop is because I'm an auto body technician, so this channel is mainly for entrepreneurs, auto body technicians, business owners. So my content is more about business and personal development, okay? If you haven't noticed, that's what my content is mostly about, personal development and business fundamentals, okay? Let's just say that. Is there a demand for the businesses you want to open, right? So for example, let's just say you want to open, and I'm going to use a body shop. You know, I'll use a mechanic shop, right? Let's just say you want to open a mechanic shop, any kind of service shop, right? Let's say you want to open a balloon shop. Let's say you want to open a nail shop. Let's say you want to open a hair salon, right? Insurance company, whatever the case you want to open. Before you decide, because a lot of times we get hyped up with our friends, and it's kind of like an artist, right? Like a music artist, right? And have you ever noticed, like, maybe an artist will have his little friends around, his entourage, and he'll play a song. He'll be like, "Hey, what do you think about this song? What do you think? What do you think?" Everybody's like, "Man, it's a jam. It's a banger. It's a banger," right? But they're not gonna tell them the truth. So a lot of times when we want to open a business, people that we're close to around are people that we choose to agree with us are gonna agree with our ideas. See where I'm coming here? So if, for example, if you know this guy, someone at your work or one of your friends always agrees with you and he follows everything you do, and you tell him, "Hey, I want to open a business. I want to do this. What do you think?" He's gonna tell you it sounds like a great idea, and it's gonna hype you up. It's gonna boost. What is the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is optimistic. He's optimistic. You're optimistic, and you're just like, "Man, it's gonna work. It's gonna work." You get all hyped up, right? Okay, look. The demand. So the way you're gonna do this is you're gonna look at your competition, and you know what? One of my failures and one of a lot of other business failures is they like, "Oh, I don't have no competition. I'm the best. People come to me because I'm the best. I don't have no competition." They have this attitude and they ignore the competition. They ignore their competitors. Okay, you want to make sure you're studying your competitors because, for example, let's just say you want to open. Let's just say you want to open a dry cleaning store, right? I'm just throwing stuff out there. Let's say you want to open a dry cleaning store, and you talk to your buddies. "Yeah, it's a good idea, man. It's good. You should do it. You should do it. That's right, you know." But you haven't took the time to look at your competitors. Okay. One way to determine if your business has a chance to succeed is if your competitors are on a downturn. What I mean by that is, if you're in your area, let's just say there's 5 other businesses that you want to open, right? And out of those 5, maybe 3 of them are already like old and they're getting ready to retire, right? And the way you can do this is you can just go online and see if they have an online presence. If they have an online presence, kind of see if they're on the upturn, if they're up to technology, if they're up to the trends, because that's going to be one of your main competitors. If they're up to the trends and if they're on that level of the growth, because there's a lot of businesses that are on the decline. I know a lot of businesses in my industry that they don't do Facebook, they don't do Instagram, they don't do YouTube, they don't do any marketing because they don't believe in it. They're on a downturn. They're tired. They're burnt out of the industry. They want to exit. They want to see how they can exit. They're waiting for their exit. If you find those businesses in whatever industry you're looking to go into, it could be a big opportunity for you. So hey guys, I want to thank everybody that recently subscribed to our channel. Our channel is growing like crazy. I appreciate everybody that's messaged me that on Instagram, Facebook. Hey Stan, I appreciate what you're doing, man. Thanks for the information, brother. And like I said, this channel is basically just to share value, you know, stuff that I've went through my business, how I was able to grow my business, how I was able to transition from a porter washing cars to a CEO of 4 companies. So hey guys, thank y'all for watching. Till next time.